You ever stop and think about what's really keeping you safe inside a building? I mean, we go into offices, malls, our own homes, and we just assume we're protected. But there's this complex, invisible web of systems working 24/7 to make sure of it. Today, we're going to pull back that curtain.
So, just for a second, look around you, wherever you are right now. Past the walls, the furniture, the lights, there is a whole network in place designed for your safety. Can you even name a piece of it? Well, that's exactly what we're about to dive into. Okay, so here's our game plan for this explainer. We're going to start with the foundation, the actual rulebook. Then we'll get into the power that makes everything run. After that, we'll meet the digital guardians watching over things. And finally, we'll see how it all comes together in one big safety strategy.
Now, our blueprint for all of this actually comes from this syllabus on building safety and electrical services. So yeah, we're essentially getting a crash course in what the professionals learn to design the safe buildings that we all depend on. First things first, the foundation. Before anyone runs a single wire or hangs a single camera, everything, and I mean everything, starts with a set of rules. You just can't build a safe system without a solid rulebook. In India, that master rulebook is the National Building Code of 2016. Just think of it as the ultimate guide. It sets the standards for pretty much every single safety system we're going to talk about today. It's the source of truth. So, with those rules in place, let's talk about our next topic, power. Electricity is basically the lifeblood of any modern building and all its safety gear. But as we all know, you've got to handle it with some serious respect. And that's why specific electrical regulations are so incredibly important. They create these standardized safety norms to make sure every wire, every circuit is all about protection first. The whole point is to stop fires and other hazards before they even get a chance to start. Now, here's something you might not think about. The safety challenges are completely different depending on where you are. Indoors, it's all about keeping electricity contained safely inside the walls. But once you step outside, whoa, it's a whole new ballgame. You're fighting weather, moisture, all the elements. That requires a totally different playbook. All right, now for the really cool stuff, the active systems. I like to call them the digital guardians. This is the network of tech that acts as the building's eyes and ears, always on, always monitoring for threats to keep you safe. And our source material points to a few key types of these guardians. You've got systems that watch, systems that control who gets in, and systems that sniff out threats like fire. So let's quickly look at a few of the big ones and see how they're way more than just gadgets. First up, surveillance systems. We see cameras everywhere, but their real power isn't just the camera, it's the connected network. It provides this constant stream of information that works as a huge deterrent. And if something does happen, it's an absolutely essential tool for figuring out what went down. Next, access control. This is so much more than just locking a door. It's about creating intelligent, secure zones inside a building. By making sure only the right people can get into specific areas, these systems really are the foundation of a building's security. And of course, the fire alarm system. You could argue this is one of the most critical, life-saving pieces of tech in any building. It's not just one detector, it's this whole web of sensors, all working together to give you the earliest possible warning when every single second counts. So we have the rules, the power, and all these individual digital guardians, but they don't just work on their own. To tie them all together, you need the final and maybe most important piece, a comprehensive safety strategy. And this lays out the process perfectly. A good strategy starts with picking the right tech. Then you build specific plans, safeguards for the biggest threats. And notice how fire and smoke safeguards are separate steps? That's because managing deadly smoke is every bit as important as fighting the fire itself. And this, right here, this brings us full circle. Because after all the tech, all the planning, the ultimate goal is to make sure the entire system lines up with those regulations we started with, the National Building Code. It's the final check, the proof that a building is truly designed to be safe. So the next time you walk into a building, look up, look around. You might spot a smoke detector or a camera or a card reader by a door, but now you know they aren't just standalone gadgets. They're all part of a huge, integrated, invisible strategy built on a foundation of rules, all designed to keep you safe. Kind of makes you look at them differently, doesn't it?